Rich Tarani here in the TMC newsroom. Thanks for watching us today. We're at Interop 2012. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. On our program is Lawrence Van Deusen. He is the National Practice Manager at Dimension Data. Lawrence, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rich. Glad to be here again.
So, if you could just give us an overview, just real quick on Dimension Data. You've done numerous interviews with us before, but just in case someone's new to the program.
Sure. So Dimension Data, global services organization, operate in 50 countries, revenues around $5 billion. More than 78% of the Fortune 100 are our clients. We offer our lifecycle services across what we call our services continuum around plan, build, support, manage, and our goal really is to become a trusted advisor for our clients around any IT decision making from an infrastructure security perspective.
Now, IT departments are probably grappling with some of the largest transformational challenges they've had in the last decade. Number one, mobility and the BYOD phenomenon, and number two, cloud. I mean, there are others, but those are certainly significant overhangs over the market of information technology, MIS, et cetera. How do you see those two working together, and how do you help in those areas?
Well, that's a great question, and I think it's primarily the reason why we're here today at Interop. We have been focused around the space of helping our clients build private networks for over 25 years, and if you look around the landscape, and even at this show in general, the themes around BYOD, mobile device management, cloud, private networks, hosted private cloud, it's all very top of mind right now. And what we really are is in a services journey to help our clients in that capacity. The trends, IT is increasingly facing these difficult challenges because of the consumerization and the ability for us to help our clients understand how they can go through this services journey and adopt these new technologies around mobility and cloud. If you ask the typical person how many devices they have in their pocket, you get an answer from 4 to 5 different, whether it's a smartphone, a tablet computer, a desktop, and the paradigm shift is continuing to change. So we need to be able to change and provide a dynamic way of giving those our clients that same user experience. And really that's what we're trying to do. Effectively, we're trying to position for the user experience regardless of platform, regardless of the interconnects, giving them the ability to be able to use technology to suit their everyday business needs.
So, do you see a connection between the mobility and the cloud space? If so, what would that connection be?
Well, the mobility space has always been very much involved from a technology perspective, but it's always been aligned more around the wireless piece and the disconnection or connectivity. When we think about mobility now and enterprise mobility, we like to talk about it in the context of what we're calling a connected intelligence. And that means really what we were referring to before is that ability to be able to have multi-platform, anywhere, anytime you go, access, but identification and the right resources to the right person. A lot of times when people think of mobility in the context of, mobility, wireless, I'm in a Starbucks, I'm using my laptop, but it could be just the nurse in a hospital who has to have access to a client's medical records. And she's going to walk from one location to another floor and get radiology. She wants to be able to make and have people have a reach. Maybe she needs to do a video conference on her tablet to a doctor that's asking her a question that's in another room. So that's mobility. It's really transformative. It's not only being able to disconnect from a wired connection. It's really around the access control and all the underlying applications and usability. It's the user experience being enhanced regardless of the technology or platform that you're using.
Now, a big challenge that enterprises have today is that mobility and bring your own device has turned an entire legion of devices with sensitive corporate information loose without necessarily having security policies which the enterprise would want. And so it seems to me like there is a great opportunity for just management of all these devices. And I'm curious, do you have any solutions to managing
We do, actually.
these devices?
So mobile device management and the management of the platforms themselves, it's two components. One of the things that we just recently did, we worked on an acquisition of a company called Zygo. and they're heavily in the TEM and mobile device management space. So they look at it from a financial and a commercial perspective, managing those contracts on the device. We also have leveraging our integration and consulting experience aligned with key mobile technology vendors like Mobile Iron, AirWatch, and Cisco. So we can integrate and provide a design and consulting experience to help plan that conflux of being able to support those devices from an IT perspective. And the big challenge that I see is that the traditional IT staff and corporate, it's a control issue. Being able to have access to that server, being able to know where that data resides. And that's where you asked the question before about how is cloud and mobility aligned. It's really around the idea now that your applications and your data may reside in another location, might be hosted in another facility. And you need to have that same access control and visibility to those applications and devices. Maybe not managing it directly,
Right.
but having the control and visibility, and to your point, the policy enforcement, defining the policy, and then understanding where and how it's being either adhered to or not adhered to. The monitoring and the incident management, all of those are what's important. Now, what we've done with our cloud strategy is we've also provided the orchestration and the management piece through our acquisition of OpSource. And OpSource is now being part of our platform, which we're calling our managed cloud platform, has a control fabric on it. It's called our cloud control fabric. And that's really where all the orchestration, the provisioning, the management, the metering, and the billing. So if you align that now with enterprise mobility and the cloud, you have a very powerful solution that's adaptable and a framework that clients can use in that pay as you want, use IT as you want, how you need it, when you need it.
Great. Well, thanks for being here today. This is great.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much, Rich.